Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the one compartment model. So one compartment model is the simple model that we have to see in the pharmacokinetic model. It is based on the following assumptions are there. So body we have to consider as a single model. One compartment means we have to assume that body we have to consider as only one compartment, single compartment, and it is kinetically homogeneous unit. So no barriers for the two movement of the drug. It is uniformly distributed or rapidly distributed throughout the body. So this model applies only to those drugs that distributed rapidly throughout the body. Drug moves dynamically in and out of this movement. So that is reversible in and out process are there. Elimination is first order base process with first order rate kinetics or constant that we have to see mono exponential form that. So rate in is there, rate of input absorption process is greater than rate of output or elimination process. So these are some assumptions are there for the one compartment open model. So one compartment open model that further classified or defined in several, like one compartment open model IV bolus administration, one compartment open model IV infusion, and one compartment open model extravascular administration. So we have to see one by one. The first one, that is one compartment open model. So one compartment means we have to assume total body as a one compartment, and open means the rate in that go for the rate out. So that is a one compartment open model for the IV bolus administration. So where are drugs that we can go for the IV administration, so there is no absorption process are there, so they directly go for the distribution into the body. So when the drug that distribute rapidly in the body, when after giving the IV rapid IV injection, so it take place within the 1 to 3 minutes for the complete distributor circulation throughout the body, and that times the rate of absorption is negligible. We are not considering the rate of absorption process, directly it go for the elimination. So from that we have to see that drugs directly enter into the body, distributed into the body phase, and that go for the elimination process. So the general equations for the rate of drug that representations are there into the body by the equation, that is dx by dt is equal to rate in minus rate out. It means availability or absorption minus the elimination. So rate in minus rate out. So that is the general process, time with the change in the concentration. For the IV, rapid IV bolus or rapid IV injections for the one compartment open model, so rate of absorption, rate in or rate of absorption is negligible or is absent. So that we have to not consider the absorption phase process in that case. So the equation becomes the dx by dt is equal to minus rate out, only depend on the elimination phase. So dx by dt is equal to minus rate out. So if the rate out or eliminations that follow the first order kinetics, so then it equation becomes dx by dt is equal to minus k into x, where the k represent the first order elimination rate constant and the x is the amount of drug in the body at any time t. So negative sign indicate that the drugs is being reduced or decreased or the loss from the body parts are there. So now the estimation of pharmacokinetic parameters. So here the drug that follow the one compartment model or one compartment kinetics, the administration of drug through the rapid IV injection or IV bolus, so the decline in the plasma drug concentrations only due to the elimination phase. Absorption phase we have to go for the negligible, or we have not considered the absorption phase. So for the estimation of pharmacokinetic parameter, we only find out the elimination phase based criteria. because the decline in the plasma drug concentration is only due to the elimination process. So we have to find out the elimination phase base criteria. So 3 criteria are there: elimination rate constant, elimination half-life, and the clearance. So we have to find out one by one. So elimination rate constant. So previously we have to see the equations for the one compartment IV bolus, that is dx by dt is equal to minus Kex. So go for the integration of that equation. So ln x is equal to ln x0 minus Kt. So here the x0 represents the amount of drug at the time 0, the initial amount of drug where the Aveco go for the injected. Then we have to go for that exponential form of that equation. So we have to find out the e raised to, like that, it is called the exponential form base equation. So x is equal to x0 e raised to minus Ket. Now that is the exponential form equation, mono exponential form for the one compartment model. Transfer the equations to the common log base form. So it becomes like that: log x is equal to log x0 minus Ket upon 2.303. But it is difficult to determine directly the amount of drug that is present in the body. So that times we have to use the relationship of that plasma drug concentrations and the amount of drug in the body. So that we have to use x is equal to Vd into C. Vd is the volume of distribution. So it is mainly constant or apparent volume of distribution that we have to know. So volume of distribution is equal to x upon C. So that we have to use here. So it becomes, previous equation becomes like that: log C is equal to log C0 minus Ket upon 2.303. We have to plot the graph, regular plot the graph for one compartment kinetics given by the rapid injection concentration versus time. So we get the curve. Same plot, same data we have to apply for the semi-log plot, semi-log paper graph, log concentration versus time. We have to get the straight line. From that we have to find out from the slope the Ke, the elimination rate constant. Second parameters, that is elimination half-life, also called as biological half-life. So time that is required to taken for the amount of drug in the body or in the plasma to decline or to reduce to the half of its initial value or 50% of the initial value. That is called as a elimination half-life. That is expressed in hour or minute, and for equation for the half-life, that is T1 half is equal to 0.693 upon K. The elimination process or excretion process follow the first order kinetics. That's why the half-life equation for the first order kinetics, that is T1 half is equal to 0.693 upon K. Also correlate with the volume of distribution and clearance. So T1 half is equal to 0.693 volume of distribution Vd upon clearance. So the terminology is there, the apparent volume of distribution. So it is defined as a volume of fluid in which drug appears to be distributed. There is the primary parameters are there, the apparent volume of distribution and the clearance are there. So the equation for that volume of distribution is equal to x upon C, the amount of drug in the body divided by plasma drug concentrations. So it is a measures of the extent of drug distributions and it is expressed in the liter. The best way to or simplest way to estimate the volume of distributions of the drug by administering the rapid IV injection. So Vd is equal to x0 upon C0, the IV bolus dose divided by the plasma drug concentration. Next terminology, the second primary pharmacokinetic parameter, that is clearance. So clearance, The equation for the clearance is equal to rate of eliminations divided by plasma drug concentration. The rate of elimination, the process, that is dx by dt. So clearance is equal to dx by dt upon c. For the one compartment IV bolus, so dx by dt is equal to kex. So substituting that values into the equation, so it becomes clearance is equal to kex upon c. So x upon c is equal to that, we can put the volume of distribution. So clearance is equal to k into Vd. So the definitions for the clearance is that is theoretical volume of body fluids that containing the drug from which drug is completely removed in a given period of time. So that is we can call as a clearance. Unit for that is ml per minute or liter per hour. So that clearance relate with the half-life. So the previous equations we have to see T1 of is equal to 0.693 upon K. So that we can use here. So it become clearance is equal to 0.693 into Vd upon T1. So we can interconnect with clearance, volume of distribution and half-life. We can find out by the equations any of the pharmacokinetic parameters, primary pharmacokinetic parameters like clearance, volume of distribution and T1 of from that equations, from that value. The clearance, already we have to say that the rate of elimination divided by plasma drug concentration, the equation dx by dt upon c. So in that clearance, maybe it is renal clearance, hepatic clearance, the clearance done by the kidney, so it becomes renal clearance, the clearance of drug by the hepatic, the liver, so it is hepatic clearance. And the next terminology, that is total body clearance, the summation of renal and non-renal, all the clearance. So the equations for that renal clearance is equal to rate of elimination by the kidney divided by plasma drug concentration. For the hepatic clearance, so rate of elimination by liver divided by plasma concentration. And for the other organs, then renal and hepatic, so it becomes rate of elimination by the other organs divided by plasma drug concentration. Total body clearance, also called as a total systemic clearance, so it is calculated by the summation of renal clearance plus hepatic clearance plus other clearance. Then we have to find out the total body clearance. So for the non-compartmental methods, which for the one compartment kinetics, so that time if we give the IV bolus, so clearance is equal to x0 upon AUC. For extravascular clearance, we can find out with fx0 upon AUC. So like that for the clearance part. In that, organ clearance are there, so rate of eliminations by the organ is equal to rate of presentation to the organ minus rate of exit from that organ. So the rate of elimination, the equation becomes Q into C in minus Q into C out. Q is the blood flow, C in C out means rate in rate out, rate of extractions divided by C in. So Q is equal to C in minus C out divided by C in, and that is also called as extraction ratio, Q into ER. So extraction ratio is an index of how the efficiently the drug eliminated, the organ clear, the blood flowing through that it of the drug. So that ER value is in between 0 to 1. So the fraction of drug that escapes removal by the organ is expressed by F is equal to 1 minus ER. So where F is equal to systemic availability when the eliminating organ is the liver. So the higher the ER value, it more than 0.7. Intermediate ER value is between 0.3 to 0.7 and low ER value is below the 0.3. So the ER value is in between 0 to 1 that we have to use. It is an index of the how efficiently the drug eliminating the organ clear the blood flowing through it of the drug. Next terminology, that is hepatic clearance. So other than renal clearance, the measure for the clearance of drug, that is hepatic clearance. So the hepatic clearance we can find out by the total body clearance minus renal clearance. So we can get the hepatic clearance, also written by hepatic clearance is equal to QH into ERH, means hepatic blood flow and the extraction ratio, hepatic extraction ratio. So hepatic clearance of the drugs can be divided into two groups. The hepatic blood flow is, so drug with hepatic blood flow rate limited clearance, the high ER value, it means 1. So it is said to be perfusion rate limited or flow dependent. So alteration in that hepatic blood flow that significantly affect into the elimination of drug with the hepatic clearance high ER value. Example like propranolol. So such drugs are removed from the blood as rapidly as they present into the liver. Second parameters, the intrinsic capacity clearance base. So it is limited clearance. So it is an inherent ability of a drug to irreversibly remove a drug in the absence of any flow limitations. So it depends on the enzyme activity and their low ER value with elimination primarily by the metabolisms are greatly affected by the change in their enzyme activities. So that is capacity limited. So hepatic clearance of the drug with low ER is independent on the blood flow, right, but sensitive to the change in the protein binding and the enzyme activity. So this is the one compartment open model IV bolus. The next one, that is one compartment open model IV infusion. So for the IV bolus, it go for the rapid distributions directly reach to the systemic circulation. So we have to go for the negligible, or we cannot consider the absorption process. We directly go for the rate elimination or depend on only the elimination phase are there. So in the IV infusion, so rapid IV injection is unsuitable sometimes when a drug has potential to precipitate toxicity, or when we would require the maintain or require the stable concentrations of the amount of drug in the body for the desired time. So in that situation, in that conditions, we have to administer the dose into the constant rate. So that times the IV infusion is implemented or used for that is other than the IV bolus or rapid IV injection. So in that case, we have to consider the absorption phase and the elimination phase. So the equations, so the model can be represented by that. So drug that reach to the blood or other tissue by zero order infusion rate, that is R0, and the elimination phase for the first order kinetics, and the represent the Ke. So any time during the infusion, so the rate of change in the amount of drug in the body, so dx by dt, the differential equations for the zero order or the IV infusions, so it becomes dx by dt is equal to R0 minus Ke into x. So x is the amount of drug in the body, Ke represent the elimination rate constant, the first order rate elimination, and R0 represent for the absorption part, it is zero order rate, the infusion rate, that is R0. So integration and rearrangement of that previous equation into the exponential form, so it becomes x is equal to R0 upon Ke in the bracket 1 minus e raised to minus Ket. But the amount of drug in the body we can't find out, or it is difficult to find out, so that we have to convert into the plasma drug concentration based by the x is equal to Vd into C. So the equation becomes C is equal to R0 upon K into Vd in the bracket 1 minus e raised to minus Ket. K into Vd we can replace, it is also called the clearance. So we can write down like that also, the C is equal to R0 upon clearance 1 minus e raised to minus Ket. So the final equations that we have to get, the C is equal to R0 upon Ke into Vd 1 minus e raised to minus Ket. So at the start of constant rate infusion, the amount of drug in the body is 0. So there is no elimination. So at the time passes, at the time carried out, the amount of drug in the body rises gradually. So elimination rate less than the rate of infusion. So until the some points where after reach that points, the rate of elimination equal to the rate of infusion. So that constant point, it is called as a steady state concentrations, plateau, or the infusion equilibriums are there. So at steady state, the equation becomes dx by dt is equal to 0. 0 is equal to R0 minus K into X SS. SS represents the steady state. So K into X SS is equal to R0. Rearranging and transforming the equations, so we can get the CSS is equal to R0 upon K into VD, or R0 upon clearance. So steady state concentration for the one compartment open model IV infusion, steady state concentration is equal to infusion rate divided by clearance, R0 upon clearance. Substituting R0 upon clearance is equal to CSS into previous equation, so it becomes C is equal to CSS in the bracket 1 minus e raised to minus KET. Rearrangement of that equations, and we can get the CSS minus C upon CSS is equal to e raised to minus KET. Transforming into the log form, that equation becomes log CSS minus C upon CSS is equal to minus KET upon 2.303. So we can plot the graph log CSS minus C upon CSS versus time. We get the slope, and from that we have to find out the K. The IV infusions that we have to with the loading dose. So the concept of the loading dose, so for the very long time, for the drug that having a longer half-life, so they have to reach to that steady state or plateau concentration that is taking so much time. So that time the drugs having a subtherapeutic concentration or below the subtherapeutic level, so we are not getting any pharmacological response to that particular time. So that problems we have to overcome or counter by the administrating the loading dose. So large enough of dose we have to take, and we have to immediately give with the IV, rapid IV injections, starting with the IV infusion dose. So that is we can call as a loading dose, that is highest large amount of dose we have to give with the IV bolus injection to overcome or counter the time that required to reach to the steady state concentration plateau by the IV infusion dose or normal dose. After that they have to go for the maintaining this concentration by the IV infusion. So that is the concept of loading dose. Here in the figure we have to see the D is represent the no loading dose, and B is the ideal loading dose, but it is difficult to achieve the ideal straight line the loading dose. So if the and C is represent the loading dose similar to the D point like that or below that. So if the loading dose is smaller, so we have to give the slowly rise like a similar like the normal dose like that. If loading dose is larger, then we have to decline the and we have to counter the time to reach to the steady state concentration, and we have to rapidly achieve that plateau steady state concentrations with the larger the loading dose. So that is represented by the A. So for that the equations for the loading dose, the X0L, so X is equal to VD into C, so X0L, for that the CSS into VD. CSS is equal to, already we have to see for the IV infusion, that is R0 upon K into VD. So that we have to put, so X substituting that values, so X0L is equal to R0 upon K. So the equations describing the plasma concentration time profiles following simultaneously IV loading dose and the constant rate IV infusion. So the sum of the two equations, the equation becomes like that. So C is equal to x0L e raised to minus kt upon Vd plus R0 1 minus e raised to minus kt upon K into Vd. So here both the values are there for the equation of loading dose plus the equation for the constant rate IV infusion. Next, that is one compartment open model extravascular administration. So previously we have to see one compartment IV bolus, rapidly IV injections we are giving. So directly reach to the systemic circulation absorption phase we have to go for negligible. We have to consider the elimination phase only. Second, we have to see the one compartment or open model IV infusion. So constant rate we have to give the IV infusion. So absorption phase becomes zero order kinetics. Constant rate absorptions are there, and elimination phase follow the first order kinetics. The next one compartment open model extravascular. So when the drug is administered by the extravascular route like oral, rectal, intravascular like that. So absorption is prerequisite for its therapeutic activity. Here for the graph is there for the rate of absorptions for the first for the extravascular administration. So there are two possibilities are there. The absorption phase rate of absorptions maybe follow the zero order or first order kinetics. So here if we have to distinguish between zero order and first order absorption process. So in the first diagram, in the regular plot, we have to go for the graph, the amount of drug remaining to be absorbed versus time. So in the regular plot, for the zero order we get the straight line, and for the same things, amount of drug remaining to be absorbed versus time, for the regular plot for the first order it gives the curve. The opposite of that, we have to go for the semi-log plot. So in the regular zero order giving straight line, but when we have to go for the log ARA versus time, so the zero order in semi-log paper, semi-log graph, it gives the curve. And for the regular plot for the first order, we get the curve. For semi-log paper, the first order, we can get the straight linear line. So after the extravascular administration, the rate of change in the amount of drug in the body. So dx by dt is the difference between the rate in minus rate out. Okay, so rate in means availability absorption minus rate of elimination. So dx by dt is equal to rate of absorption minus rate of elimination. So dx by dt is equal to dxa by dt minus dxe by dt. So follow for the one compartment kinetics. So in that case, the three possibilities are there. In the graph we have to see that the plasma concentration versus time. So the initial curve, that is represent the absorption phase process, where the absorption is greater than the elimination. At the Cmax, maximum drug concentration, the absorption phase is equal to elimination phase. After that, post absorption phase are there, means distribution, and then the third phase, that is elimination, where the elimination is greater than the absorption process. So three possibilities are there. During the absorption phase, dxa by dt is greater than the dxe by dt at the peak plasma concentration. So rate of absorption is equal to the rate of elimination. So it becomes dxa by dt is equal to dxe by dt. And during the post absorption phase, so dxa by dt is less than the dxe by dt. So the one compartment open model extravascular, there are two possibilities are there. They follow zero order absorption model. So it is similar that is we have to see in the concentrate IV infusion. So drug at our extravascular site reach to the blood, other body tissue. So that times the absorption phase follow the zero order absorption process. For the first order absorption model, drug at the extravascular site reach to the blood and other body tissue. The rate of absorption is follow the first order absorption, and elimination follow the first order elimination kinetics. So already we have to see the zero order absorption model in the constant rate diffusion zero order infusion rate part. So here we have to see the first order absorption model. So for that, the differential form of that equation dx by dt is equal to kxa minus k into x. So rate in minus rate out, the rate of absorption minus rate of elimination. xa represents the amount of drug at the absorption site remaining to be absorbed, the ARA value, and k is the first order absorption rate constant, k is the elimination rate constant, first order elimination rate constants, x is the amount of drug in the body. So integration of that equations, the equation becomes x is equal to k into fx 0 divided by ka minus ke in the bracket e raised to minus ket minus e raised to minus kat. You have to find out the amount of drug in the body is difficult, so we have to convert x is equal to Vd into C. So transforming into that concentration terms, the equation becomes C is equal to kfx0 k minus ke into Vd e raised to minus ket minus e raised to minus kat. F represents the fraction of drug absorbed systematically after the extravascular administration. So the next is the assessment of various pharmacokinetic parameters. So here we have to find out the absorption based kinetic parameter, that is absorption phase based kinetic parameter, that is Cmax and Tmax. So at peak plasma concentration, so rate of absorption is equal to the rate of elimination. So kxa is equal to k into x. Rate of change in the plasma drug concentration, it becomes 0. So the simplifying the above equations, it becomes ke e raised to minus ket is equal to k e raised to minus kat. Converting into the log form, so equation becomes like that. After that, at the t is Tmax, so the rearrangement of that equation, so it becomes Tmax is equal to 2.303 into log k upon ke divided by k minus ke. So that from that we have to find out the Tmax, and from that Cmax is equal to fx0. Okay, the above equations that we have to find out. So k becomes larger than ke, the Tmax becomes smaller. So k minus ke increase much faster than the log k minus ke. Cmax that we have to simply express, the Cmax is equal to fx0 upon Vd e raised to minus k into Tmax. But when the Cmax at Cmax, when k is equal to ke, the rate of absorption is equal to rate of elimination, so Tmax becomes 1 upon ke. So that we have to use it. So further the equation reduced into Cmax is equal to fx0 upon Vd e raised to minus 1. So that you go for that. So it becomes Cmax is equal to 0.37 fx0 upon Vd. Second, we can find out the elimination rate constant. So in that, C is equal to the initial equation of the one compartment open model extravascular. C is equal to kfx0 upon Vd k minus ke e raised to minus ket minus e raised to minus ket. But for the elimination part, for the drug administered extravascular, absorption rate is significantly greater than the elimination phase or elimination rate. So kat is greater than ket. So the equations we can call the C is equal to kfx0 upon Vd k minus ke raised to minus ket. Go for the transforming into the log form, the equation becomes log C is equal to kfx0 e raised to minus ket upon Vd k minus ke minus ket 2.303. So we can go for the plotting the graph log C versus time. We get the straight line, and from that slope we can find out ke. Next one, that is determination of absorption rate. So absorption rate constants. So that is most important part to find out the Ka value. So it can be calculated by the following two methods: the method of residual and the second method, that is Wagner-Nelson method. We have to see one by one for the determination of absorption rate constant. The first one, that is method of residual, is used for the calculation of absorption rate constant. This method or technique is also known as a feathering, peeling or stripping method. It is commonly used for the pharmacokinetics to resolve the multi-exponential curve into individual component. So the previous, we have to find out the one compartment open motor extravascular equation C is equal to kfx0 upon Vd k minus ke into bracket e raised to minus ket minus e raised to minus ket. Here we can go for the assumptions of that kfx0 upon Vd k minus ke is a constant value, so that we have to represent with that a value. We have to give the symbol the a, so the complex equation becomes simplified. So it is a hybrid constant. Total value of k into fx0 upon Vd k minus ke we can assume as a. So the equation becomes like that: C is equal to a e raised to minus ket minus e raised to minus ket. So during the elimination phase, absorption is almost over, so K is greater than Ke. The value of second exponential form minus ket, it approach becomes 0. The first exponential e raised to minus ket retains some finite values, so that C is equal to a e raised to minus ket. We can go for the log form of that equation. So log C, the back extrapolated values, the arrow that is represent the back extrapolated. So C back extrapolated is equal to a e raised to minus ket. Go for the log form of that equation. So log C back extrapolated is equal to log a minus ket upon 2.303. So that C back extrapolated values. So we have to go for the plot of graph log C versus. Okay, next we can go for that subtractions of the true plasma concentration value with the back extrapolated value. So C back extrapolated minus C, so we can get the residual concentration, that is Cr. So C back extrapolated minus C is equal to Cr, so that the equation becomes a e raised to minus ket. Log form of that log residual concentration value log Cr is equal to log a minus ket upon 2.303. So here we can plot the graph log C versus time. So initially first we have to get the true plasma concentration curve. From true plasma concentration curve we can get the slope. From that we have to find out from the slope the Ke value. Slope is equal to minus Ke upon 2.303. From that true plasma concentration we have to get the back extrapolated curve line, that we have to extrapolate it into y-axis, so we can get the log a value intercept. From back extrapolated values minus true plasma concentration value, so we can get the residual curve, the log Cr, and from that slope we can find out the Ka value. So for the residual curve we get the slope is equal to minus Ka upon 2.303. From that we can find out the Ka, absorption rate constant. The second method that is used for the find out the absorption rate constant or Ka, that is Wagner-Nelson method. Okay, so one of the better alternate other than the residual method, curve fitting method, it is by using the Wagner-Nelson method. So these methods that involves for the estimation of or determination of Ka from the percentage unabsorbed time plot and does not require any absorption of zero or first order absorption process. So after the oral administration of single dose of drug at any given time, so the amount of drug in the body X and the amount of drug eliminated from the body, that is Xc. So it becomes Xa is equal to X plus Xc. So X is the total amount of drug in the body and Xc is the amount of drug eliminated from the body. So the amount of drug in the body, so that we can go for the X is equal to Vd into C. So that the equations become Xc is equal to K into Vd AUC 0 to T. So the amount of drug eliminated at any time, the T can be calculated. Substitution of that value into the first equation. So Xa is equal to X plus Xc. Xc value we have to put into that equation. So Xa is equal to X is equal to Vd into C, that we have to put, and Xc value we have to put Ke into Vd AUC 0 to T. So the equation becomes Xa is equal to Vd into C plus Ke into Vd AUC 0 to T. Now the total amount of drug that absorb into the systemic circulation from time 0 to infinite, the Xa infinity. So the equations becomes like Xa infinity is equal to Vd into C infinity plus K into Vd AUC 0 to infinity. Since at T is equal to infinity, C infinity becomes 0. So the equations becomes Xa infinity, C infinity is 0 means that value is 0. So Xa infinity is equal to K into Vd AUC 0 to infinity. Now the fraction of drug absorbed at any time T is given by the ratio of Xa upon Xa infinity. Their value we have to put from the previous equation for the Xa. So Xa is equal to Vd into C plus Ke into Vd AUC 0 to 2, that we have to put Xa infinity. So that equations, that value we have to put from the previous equation. Xa infinity is equal to Ke into Vd AUC 0 to infinity. Then we have to go for the subtractions, remove the common values, and then we have to find out that final equation Xa upon Xa infinity is equal to C plus Ke AUC 0 to T upon divided by Ke AUC 0 to infinity. Now the percentage drug unabsorbed or remaining to be absorbed at any time. So percentage ARA is equal to 1 minus the ratio of that fractions of drug absorbed, that is Xa upon Xa infinity, and we have to get the value into percentage, so into multiply into 100. We have to put the value of the fraction of drug absorbed Xa upon Xa infinity into that equation. So the equation becomes percentage ARA is equal to 1 minus C plus Ke AUC 0 to T upon K into AUC 0 to infinity into 100. We can plot the graph log percentage ARA versus time. We get the straight line, and then from the slope we can find out, and from the slope, that is minus K upon 2.3, and from that we have to find out the Ka value. So these are the methods, two methods are there to find out the absorption rate constant, that is Ka, from the method of residual and the Wagner-Nelson method. So we can find out the kinetic parameter, the elimination rate constant and absorption rate constants, by the taking the sample, the blood sample. So this is one method that we can take the plasma drug concentrate, plasma sample. We have to identify the amount of drug present in that plasma, and we can find out all the kinetic parameters like volume of distribution, half-life, and clearance, Cmax, Tmax, AUC, all these kinetic parameters. The second options are there other than plasma drug method, plasma drug concentrations or plasma samples we have to take and find out the blood drug concentration in the blood. So other method, that is the urine sample we have to use, the urinary excision data. So methods that require collection of blood sample after single dose at regular intervals, it is very difficult sometimes. So that times the urinary excision data. So absence of plasma level time study or data, the useful method or informations for the drug regarding kinetics of the drug. So we can go for the urinary excision data. So this method is useful when there is a lack of sufficient sensitive analytical technique or analytical method to measure or determine the concentration of drug in blood or plasma. So that time one of the options we have to go for urine analysis. This method is non-invasive methods, therefore better patient or subject compliance as compared to the plasma samples. We have to require the blood sample at the intervals. The method is more convenient for collecting the urine sample in comparison to drawing or withdrawing of blood periodically. In any case, the urine drug concentration is low, saying for larger sample volume is relatively more. So for the urine analysis, we would require the low sample of urine, small amount of drug present in that urine, we can identify the concentrations. So less sensitive analytical method required as compared to find out the drug concentration in plasma. We have to require the amount of sample is large, and we have to require the sensitive analytical method to find out the drug concentration in blood. Direct measurement of viability, in the case both absolute relative viability is possible without necessitating fitting of that mathematical equation data or models like that. So for the determination of elimination rate constants by the using the urinary excision data, two methods are used for the calculating the absorption elimination rate constants. The method is rate of excision method and the sigma minus method. So for that urinary excision data, some criteria for obtaining valid urinary excision data: significant amount of drug must be the excreted urine in the unchanged form of the drug in the urine. So at least 10% drug that require. Analytical method must be specific for the unchanged drug. Metabolite should be not interfering. Water loading should be done by taking 400 ml of water after fasting overnight. So that promote the diuresis and enable to collect the sufficient urine sample. Before the administration of drug, the bladder must be emptied completely after 1 hour from the water loading. Then urine sample taken as a blank. Volunteer must be instructed to completely empty their bladder while collecting the urine samples. Frequently samples should be done in order to obtain a good data curve, fitting curve. During sampling, the exact time, volume of urine excreted should be noted. Individuals' collections period should not exceed on one biological half-life drug. So ideally should be considerable less. Change in the urine pH, urine volume may alter the sometimes urinary excision rate. So these are the criteria for the valid urinary excision data. So now you have to go for the determination of elimination rate constant, the first order elimination rate constant or excision rate constants, by using urinary data by two methods, that is rate of excision method and the sigma minus method. The first one, that is rate of excretion method. So the rate of urinary drug excretion, the dxu by dt, is proportional to the amount of drug in the body X. So the equation becomes like dxu by dt is equal to K into X. K is the first order urinary excretion rate constant. We have to go for the exponential form. So X is equal to x0 e raised to minus kt. Substituting into that equation, it becomes dxu by dt is equal to k into x0 e raised to minus kt. X0 is your dose administered for the IV bolus. Transferring that equations to the log form, it is similar like to the plasma drug concentration, that IV bolus, IV infusion, extravascular. So log dxu by dt is equal to ke log ke x0 minus ket upon 2.303. We have to go for the plotting the graph log dxu by dt versus the midpoint time of the urine collection, we can get the slope, and from the slope we can find out the Ke value. So that is our urinary excretion data. So that method, the advantages of that excretion rate methods, drug having long half-life, so urine may be collected for only 3 to 4 half-lives. There is no need to collect all the urine samples for the getting the curve or straight lines that we have to consider. Only 3 to 4 half-lives that's urine sample we have to collect here, and we have to plot the graph, and we have to find out the elimination rate constant. Then second method, that is sigma minus method. So the disadvantages of that rate of excretion method in estimation of Ke, the fluctuations in the rate of drug eliminations are observed with the high degree and the most intense. So data are so scattered that estimate the half-life is very difficult. So these problems can be minimized by the using the alternative approach, that is sigma minus method. So that from the earlier equations, that is dxu by dt is equal to Ke x0 e raised to minus Kd. The integration of that equation, so xu is equal to Ke into x0 upon Ke 1 minus e raised to minus Kd. Xu is equal to represent the cumulative amount of drug that is excreted unchanged in the urine at any time t. So at this approach, infinity, after the 6 to 7 half-life, the value of e raised to minus Ket, so t, that becomes 0, and therefore the cumulative amount of drug excreted at infinity time, xu infinity, can be written as a xu infinity is equal to K into x0 upon K. Now we have to go for the substitution and rearrangement of that equation. So xu infinity minus xu is equal to xu infinity e raised to minus Kd, converting into the log form. So it becomes the logs xu infinity minus xu is equal to log xu infinity minus Kd upon 2.303. So xu infinity minus xu represent the amount of drug remaining to be excreted, the ARE, at any given time. We have to plot the graph of ARE versus time that yield the straight line, and from that line we have to find out the Ke values. From the slope is equal to Ke upon 2.3. From that we have to get the Ke, the elimination rate constant. So these are the one compartment model. So one compartment open model, IV infusion, IV bolus, and extravascular. In extravascular, we have to find out the absorption rate constant K value from the method of residual and Wagner-Nessel method. Other than plasma level studies, we have to go for urinary excretion data, and from that also we have to find out the elimination rate constant by the method of excretion, rate of excretion method, and the sigma minus method. Thank you.